OAuth. The word alone sounds like some ancient ritual, but if you've ever clicked sign in with Google or log in with Facebook, you've used it. You just didn't realize it was saving you from a huge security headache. But what actually is OAuth? And why should you as a junior dev care? Today we're gonna break it down, simply, visually, and with Python. Let's imagine a world where every website had to create its own login system. That means you, the developer, would have to store passwords, encrypt them, manage password resets, detect breaches, which is a complete nightmare. Passwords are risky. Most users use them. Most devs don't secure them properly. And if your system gets hacked, boom, it's on the news. OAuth solves this by flipping the script. Instead of storing sensitive credentials, your app asks someone else, like Google or Facebook, to vouch for the user. Think of OAuth like a valet key. It lets someone use your car, but doesn't give them full access. In OAuth land, that looks like this. The user logs in with Google. Google asks, "Do you want to give this app permission?" If the user says yes, Google gives the app a token, a digital valet key. The app uses this token to access specific things like email and profile. Let's break it down step by step. This is the authorization code flow, the most secure version. The app sends you the Google's login screen. You log in and click Allow. Google sends the app an authorization code. The app sends that code to Google and receives an access token. The app uses that token to access your data, but only what you allowed. It's like a secure game of telephone, but no passwords are shared and the user stays in control. So what exactly is this token? That is a small piece of data, a string, that represents the user's permission. It usually expires in 15 minutes to an hour. Tokens also come with scopes. Basically, what parts of the user's data you are allowed to touch. If you don't ask for permission to access someone's calendar, you won't get it. And what if the token expires? You can use a refresh token to get a new one without making the user log in again. Now let's say you want to integrate Google Login into your Python web app using Flask. This is the library that does the heavy lifting. Think of it as your helper for managing the OAuth flow. No need to write raw HTTP requests yourself. Here we define a few key values. Client ID, which identifies your app to Google. You get it from the Google Developer Console. Redirect URI. After login, Google sends users back here. Scope. This tells Google what info your app wants. In this case, just email and profile. This line creates a new OAuth session object. Think of it like a smart browser session. It remembers what you asked for and handles redirects. This generates the login URL. When a user visits it, Google shows them the login screen and permission request. We also get a state variable. That is a random string used to prevent attacks like CSRF. It keeps the request secure. Once the user logs in and approves access, Google redirects back to your app with a temporary code. This code is basically a receipt. We now trade that receipt for a real access token using this line. The access token is what your app uses to actually talk to Google on behalf of the user. Here we send a request to Google's user info endpoint. The OAuth library includes the token automatically, so you don't need to manually add headers. And we get back is a JSON object with the user's email, name, profile picture, everything we asked permission for. And that's it. No passwords handled, no account stored locally. All secure, all user consented. OAuth powers the login systems of almost every major app you use. Google, GitHub, Discord, Spotify, they all use it. If you're building a SaaS product, you'll need it for onboarding, integrations, and third-party services. And if you're working at a startup, knowing OAuth means you're ready to build secure, user-friendly login systems from day one. OAuth might seem intimidating at first, but once you understand the flow, it's actually super simple. If this video helped you level up your dev brain, hit subscribe. We've got more code-friendly explainers coming soon.